What's going on, guys? Quite a crazy day for Bitcoin today, so I thought I'd make another video just to kind of recap today's price action and to take a look at the reaction and the price action that I'm looking for to get into a trade over here. I put out a video yesterday saying price was I think we had we were somewhere around $56,000 yesterday, and I had said that I wanted to see a swing failure pattern of the lows, right? These lows right here that we had made in May. So 56,500, 56,400 was the level to watch for me. And we did that. We started the day dumping all the way down, and we've recently started bouncing back. Now, I also gave this little green box, right? This $52,000 to $54,000 pocket. I said that I wanted a swing failure pattern of these lows into this key level and then potentially look for a bounce. So the first thing was that we hit the bottom of this parallel channel that we've had over here. Right? This parallel channel has been going on since the end of February. So we've had this descending channel. We tapped the bottom of it. We also have this range over here, right? So this was the last little consolidation area that we had prior to the move up from 52 all the way up to $74,000. So this was definitely a level that I had in mind. I also had additional confluence because if we just zoom out, probably should go to the weekly here. If we zoom out, and I could look at this whole 2021 to 2022 price action as a range, right? So starting in 2021 all the way up until the middle of 2022, price was ranging between this $30,000 mark to the $65,000 mark. So if I draw a volume profile, we've got the value area high of that range coming in right at $53,000, which you notice was actually exactly where we bounced, right? So let's take a look at that. So that was at about 53,100, and the low of today, if we just look at this area, it's going to come up right here. If we look at the low of this week, it's at 53,200. So just about, pinpoint precision. It's really nice. But obviously, there's a couple other levels here. You have this order block, right? So notice that this was the last weekly down close candle before that push higher, right? So this right here was also an order block, the high coming in at a 53,100, right? So it's also a weekly level. So we had multiple confluences over here. I also had a Fibonacci drawn actually. So if I do that, a fib retracement from the lows to the highs, and we had the 0.382 coming in right there at that area. Yeah. So that was at about $51,900, $52,000. If I took it from here, where would it have been? Yeah. So if I took it from here, the $24,000, $23,000 lows, it's coming in at 54.6, right? So we were hovering right above these lows yesterday when I made the video. We were hovering right above these lows, right? So price was somewhere here, about 57. And I mentioned that I wanted to see a swing failure pattern of those lows into this key level, and then I was going to monitor the reaction, right? That was going to be ideal. If we lost it, I was expecting lower. I think 48 was the next level that I had planned out, but that's not really what I'm looking at right now. So what exactly is it that I want to see right here in order for me to get up into a position? So if you want to be extremely conservative, right, you could obviously draw a volume profile over here, and one could wait all the way for this value area low at 63.5, right? That's absolutely a possibility. I don't want to wait that long. I'd much rather get in a position right here because there is looking like a nice setup available, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go down to the 1 hour time frame, and you notice how the price actually just closed above those lows, right? And that's exactly what I want. So I want to see the 4 hour time frame and the daily close above that 56,500 lows from May, right? That's going to be the first thing. Now, obviously, the structure has not shifted yet, so it would be preemptive for me to say that, hey, we're getting bought up and we're going to push higher, right? The 4 hour structure is still intact, and this level is still resistance, right? This was, you notice these last two up close candles before the push lower. But given that this is looking more and more like a swing failure pattern, I don't use order flow very much, but actually this is one of those instances where it would be extremely helpful if you could monitor the live order flow. But what I'm going to be looking for now is if we can get well, actually we already did get a 4-hour close above this, but what I'm going to look for now is if we can get a retest of these lows, and I'm going to be looking to go long, right? Especially if the daily closes like this. So I really want to see the daily close above this level, and it would be a very, very clean long for me. So I would simply look for a long position on the retest over here with my stops at just about the lows over there, and I'm looking for a clean move back up, looking for the value area low of the range, right? And I would potentially look for a reclaim of the value area low, and I'll see if I want to compound over there, right? But this is definitely going to be a big take profit region. I'm also going to look to take some profits over here, right? This was our last mini range on the smaller time frame before we drop down into this level. So you notice it's been resistance over here as well. Well, it was support, so now I'm going to expect it to provide some sort of resistance, right? $61,000 to $62,000 level. So this is going to be interesting, an interesting level to watch. I'm going to be watching for a retest over here if the daily closes this way. And yeah, I mean, you could definitely be aggressive and take a long preemptively now because the hourly is looking pretty nice, but you could also wait for those lows to be reclaimed because that was the last swing low on the hourly time frame. Just wait for that, and then a retest, and then bang, push higher, right? But for me right now, I want to see the daily close up here as confirmation, and this was exactly what I had drawn out yesterday. Right, I drew out something along the lines of this, where I wanted to see price come back down here, and then potentially come up above these lows, give us a retest, and then come back up, right? And so we've gotten the swing failure pattern down on the lower time frame. We're kind of grinding up right now, closing above this level. I want that retest for a long, especially if the daily closes this way, and then I'm going to be looking for $60,000 again, and then potentially even 63.5. Now, if we can get up above 63.5, then I'm going to look for the same thing, right? I'm going to look for a push up above 63.5, and then I'm going to look for a retest of that value area low, and then I'm going to compound over there and look for range highs again, right? So this is where I'm going to be a little more aggressive and take a position early on, but I'm also going to be taking my profits, at resistance levels instead of being overly ambitious and looking for range highs right away because I want that confirmation over here at the value area low. So that's my game plan going into the weekend. Let's see what we get.